IT8 and the increase in white supremacy activity in Indiana. A new report by the Anti-Defamation League shows Indiana saw an 80% increase in public displays of white supremacy in 2022.
IT8's Cody Fisher analyzed the report to find out where this is happening.
The report shows that the majority of white supremacist activity is happening right here in Indianapolis.
Deeply concerning.
Dr. Daryl Heller is the director of the Civil Rights Heritage Center at IU South Bend. He says this is so concerning because of how quickly public displays of white supremacy have increased, with a 1,500% increase in Indiana since 2016.
There seems to have been a new kind of agreement that things that weren't said before can be said publicly.
This is video from last September of the white supremacy group Patriot Front marching through downtown Indianapolis.
Their goal is to elicit fear and intimidate a community and create this idea that there's more of them than there are of us.
David Goldenberg with the Anti-Defamation League says the most common form of white supremacy they're seeing is propaganda.
It comes across as very populist, right? And it's not until you go to the website that's usually on that literature that you realize the hate that's behind this propaganda.
He says white supremacy groups choose propaganda because it's low cost, low risk, and potentially has a high impact.
Well, we might say, oh, it's the spread of a flyer or a sticker. It's often an entry point. And we know that when that increases, the, shall we say, real life incidents where people can get hurt or even worse increase as well.
Dr. Heller says everyone in the community should do their best to fight against these ideologies.
Certainly it should be called out when it's happening. We can't, silence, I think, is almost always complicity.
At the same time, Heller says it's important to try and have conversations with white supremacists, to try and break through and change their beliefs.
To try to speak across differences and to find the spaces where we can really have legitimate conversations, to really try to find out where are those points of tension and where are the points of commonality.
The ADL says even though they're seeing an increase in the amount of white supremacist activities, it's hard for them to tell if more people are actually joining white supremacy groups or if a smaller number of people are just more vocal than they've ever been. Reporting in Indianapolis, Cody Fisher, Wish TV, IT8.